Palisades is here, redesigned, all around, inside and out, completely new look. But the question is, who is this for? Is this for a competition against the likes of like a Mazda CX-9, maybe a Grand Highlander from Toyota? Where is Hyundai trying to capture? What do they want from their people to see when they look at a new Palisades? Is it also maybe a push into more luxury without the price point of a luxury counterpart? Let's find out. I mean, if there's one thing to say about like Hyundai and what they've done from the previous time that they've been around, you're talking about a company that from in the late 90s and early 2000s, like Hyundai was Tupperware. It wasn't even considered, it was disposable. It was like the one you get from like the Chinese food store. Like you might wash it and use it 1 or 2 times, but after that, it's time to throw it away. That's what Hyundais were kind of like. But we're past that. We're beyond that. I'm in a Calligraphy, which is their highest trim level of the 2026 Palisade. Let's talk about the drive. It's smooth. It's calm. There's all these features you get inside of these cars when it comes to the safety features. Like the blind spot monitoring, when you put on the turn signal, you can see a little screen in your dashboard. And it's just quiet. I right now have the cool seats on because if there's anything about Texas, if you can have cool seats, I mean, it's blazing saddles outside and I need my saddle cooled. So it all works out perfectly fine. Visibility is great. Clear view out the front. I can see out the rear. I got the rear view mirror that has a digital camera on it, and it can change to a regular mirror as well too. And it's wide. I mean, this is a big SUV. It's not small, it's not compact, but it doesn't feel unruly, if that's a good term. Steering wheel is light. It has a nice feedback. It has some resistance to it. It's not overly light. You do get the little shift paddles on the rear if you want to change it to drive modes. But I mean, this isn't about the drive modes. I mean, they have a sport mode, and inside the sport mode, which you can't really tell, but I can feel, when you activate sport mode, the seats start hugging you even tighter, preparing you for canyon carving. Now, here's the test. You know, if there's one thing about a car that you want to test out, if it's something that you would actually want to live with, and if you live in Texas, you know, we got these little roundabouts, these little turnaround U-turns under the freeways. And if you can accelerate out of this confidently, like this is doing here, then I would say we got something good on our hands. V6 power, 287 horsepower. Then later on, there will be a hybrid version that kind of up that power as well. Good power too when you're merging onto the freeway. The V6 does do what it needs to be. You don't feel like you're held back by the idea of like a 4-cylinder turbo that's revving really high. You do get that low down torque. You do get that good power band. You do get that good feel. And so it's nice. It doesn't feel like it's a lack. We're hauling something that weighs over 4,000, 5,000 pounds. I don't think I would want to have any more power. I don't think I would feel like I'm losing out on something that needs to have more. Hyundai went bold here. Across this whole entire front, completely redesigned. This doesn't look like the normal approachable family SUV that you would normally see from Hyundai with the soft lines, dare I say luxurious looking. If I took off this badge right here, if I put the Mercedes TriStar, if I put the BMW Rondo, if I put Range Rover on this, what would you know? Would you know any difference? Because the styling of this is bold. It is something new. Like I said, it looks luxurious. And that's the whole point. I think Hyundai is trying to give us something that we've desired with a price point lower. This doesn't look like something that you would see normally with a family for 3 rows in an SUV. It's different. I like that. Well, you tell me. I'm the one that said that it looks like a luxury SUV. You may not have that opinion. Range? Hyundai. Who did it better? Yo, the interior feels way better than what you expect. Get out of your head, Hyundais have passed. Leather, stitching, the trim, the dual screens that are curved, the rear seats, the heated and ventilated seats that I'm sitting in now, and just the overall feel, the look, the touch, the buttons, the switchgear, soft touch material here on the door and the ceiling. almost like Alcantara type material, but just soft touch where it matters, where your elbows go, where your hands touch. And there is hard plastic in places right at the very bottom of the door sill or where the cup holders might be, but that's okay. That's what we expect. You want it down at an area where you might kick it or scuff it. It's easy to clean and you're not damaging leather. They're aiming at the market that goes for the Highlander and the Jeep Grand Cherokee or a Wagoneer, and they're offering them a lot more at a lower price point. They're giving them the luxury features. They're giving them the feeling of being in something more impressive. They're giving them the exterior look that makes you question who made that. Like, is that from Mercedes? Is that from Range Rover? Who is that from? Hyundai is offering consumers more than that they're even asking for and exceeding that. So if you exceed that and then you price it well, that's a recipe for success. I'm comfortable. Nice amount of leg room, nice space, vents on the ceiling. Okay, let me show you that. Vents on the ceiling. That is important back here, okay? Especially when it comes to the heat. Heated and cool seats that you have on here. You also have the controls for the rear HVAC. You have a sunshade in the window as well. And you also have the panoramic roof if you want to see something, if you want to get some light that comes down on you. It feels intentional, all of these things that I'm talking about, the soft touch material on the seat, the way the interior looks. I mean, this is all black, but even in this all black affair, it still looks good. And like I said, it feels a notch above what you would normally associate this Hyundai badge with. Here's something I want to show you. This is actually a big deal. Wide opening rear doors, okay? Enough to pick up a baby and put them inside with a car seat or a toddler or anything that you need to put in here, and you have space, because some doors open up like this, and here I am squeezing in between, trying to get inside. Now, one of the things this has is one of the most convenient third rows in this segment. And how you get there is press this little button on top of the seat. Watch the seat just kind of power itself to the front, giving you space to climb into the rear. Scoot myself back here and let's see, move the seat back. I'm back here. I'm not gonna say it's the most comfortable thing in the world. So if you're shorter than me, if you're under 6'3", then yes, you can sit back here and you can have your friends and family back here, and it's not something that's only made for toddlers or people you don't like that much. Storage. I mean, I'll be honest. Yes, when the third row was up, it's not the biggest amount of space back here. But you already kind of knew that, right? We're talking about a 3-row SUV. We're not talking about a Suburban. So it does still have usable space. I got my backpack back here. I got another bag. And like I showed you before in the video, these are all power seats. So you can hit the button on the side, power the seats down. So it still gives you convenience for what you're looking for. If you lift this up right here, you also notice that you got storage and a cubby right under there. Put small things, there's a jack back there. So it's convenient. Against its counterparts, against the other vehicles in this segment, the Highlanders, the Cherokees, the Palisade, to me, punches above that. It feels like a luxury SUV. And I know, I get it, I understand. There are true luxury SUVs from the likes of Range Rover and Mercedes and even Lexus and BMW. Hyundai is giving you so close to what those feel like that you may not be able to tell the difference. Or maybe you may not be able to justify the difference when this costs thousands less. At $56,000, which I'm not gonna say is like a super cheap thing. Don't get me wrong. I know 56,000 is basically rounded up to 60 grand. That's a lot of money. But what do you get for that money? Like I said, it feels like a luxury SUV at the price point that's thousands less. You get all the features that you're normally used to when it comes to Hyundai. You get the blind spots, you get the cross traffic, you get the radar cruise control, you get dash cams, front and rear. You get a digital rear view mirror. You get heated and cool front seats, heated and cool captain's chairs, power captain's chairs, power third row. All the seats are power in here. Plenty of USB ports, wireless charging, USB ports on the front driver seats and the passenger seats, USB-C ports in the rear and in the third row. 3 of them in the front row as well, on top of the 12-volt charger, cubby holes and storage, bottle holders in the doors. It's made for a family. It has also a feeling of like openness, vents in the ceiling. That's a huge thing. Please, manufacturers, if you're making a 3-row SUV, it's just a PSA to anybody that's listening. Do always put vents in the ceiling. Do not put them on the side. Do not put them on the floor. It is too hot back there to be having air vents that are stuck by your knees. That doesn't make any sense. Now, anyways, you also get soft touch on the ceiling like I talked about. Panoramic sun roof in the back. They have the sunshade that covers it. You get a sunroof, moonroof in the front as well. And you get the quality feel of it. The dashboard layout, the new redesign. This doesn't even feel like it used to be a Hyundai. I like this. My time with this Hyundai Palisade, it tells me that they're aiming for just more. It's just they're giving you more value than you would even ask for. As far as the change that they have done from the previous Palisade to now, from the front end, from the dashboard layout, from the features they put inside, it shows how much they care about their product. It shows how much they're willing to make a big change, even if they've done something new. The previous Palisade wasn't out for that long. So some people might feel like they already changed it too soon. It's already brand new. It's already something else. But I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's Hyundai being very agile and nimble and understanding that they have some feedback. We want this to be better. We would like this. We want the styling to be more feature rich. We want it to be more, I don't want to say aggressive because it's not an aggressive styling, but it's something that you'll notice it. You'll compare it to something that you think should cost a lot more. And I think that's the fun part about it. And this is the highest trim. You don't have to get a calligraphy. What they're offering here and what I'm feeling as far as the overall vehicle and the solid nature of how it's constructed, that's across the board. So if you're thinking about it, if you're in the market for a third row SUV, if you need the space, if you need the utility, put this on your short list. Go check it out. Like and subscribe to the channel as always. Follow what I'm doing. More car reviews are coming. This is just the beginning. If you have any questions about the Palisade, shoot me a message. What do you think about it? Is this something that's worthy of the third row SUV competition? Does it match up to a higher rank of luxury vehicle or SUV? You be the judge. I'm gonna see y'all around. Peace.